brothers and sisters, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I am your host, Raymond Mutuku, and welcome to this channel. I'm very happy. This week, I said we have a very wonderful, we have something prepared for you, something wonderful. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be diving headfirst. In fact, it's gonna be great. We'll be diving headfirst to talk about how people, abuse, the offices in terms of, you know, men of God, women of God who abuse the power that God has given them. And we're going to talk about the dangers of blind faith. All right, we're going to talk about the dangers of blind faith. All right, if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. Do you enjoy our channel? Feel free to subscribe and feel free to comment. So I said that this week we'll be talking about cults. I know that's a very wonderful topic. Yeah, it is. We'll be talking about the dangers of cults and how cults have destroyed lives. You know, uh, the Bible says that they shall know the truth, and only the truth shall set them free. All right, not falsehood. All right. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we have to be careful. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not saying that don't do this, don't do that. No, I'm not telling you what to do and not what to do. I'm just telling you to be on the lookout. To not to be the sleepy guy. All right, to be on the lookout. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Will be here for 1 hour. And I know you guys are tired, but don't worry, we'll continue, reading, and we'll continue. In that day, the remnant of Israel, the survivors of Jacob, will no longer rely on him. They struck them down, but will truly rely on the Lord, the Holy One of Israel. A remnant will remain. A remnant of Jacob will remain to the mighty God. Though your people will be like the sand by the sea, Israel, only a remnant will return. Destruction has been decreed, overwhelming and rushes. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching it from. We'll be streaming for 1 hour. The noise that you're hearing on the background is rain. My people who live in Zion, therefore, this is what the Lord Almighty says, my people who live in Zion, do not be afraid of the Assyrians who beat you with a rod and lift up a club against you as Egypt did. Any questions up to there, feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. Very soon my anger against you will end and my wrath will be directed to their destruction. The Lord Almighty will lash out with a whip, and when he struck down Midian at the rock of Oreb, and he will raise his staff over the waters, as he did in Egypt. In that day their burden will be lifted from their shoulders. Oh, their yoke from your neck, the yoke will be broken because you have grown fat. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here this wonderful evening. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. We'll be reading the scripture, and feel free to be part of our streams every day. And this week, as I promised you guys, we have some nice food for you. We have prepared some nice dishes for you. So if you'll be streaming, if you'll be here this week, we have something prepared for you. So if you'll be visiting this channel, you will not go empty-handed. We will give you something sweet. All right. This week we are talking about, the cults in Christianity, the cults that have cropped up around the world, not just in Kenya, not just in Africa, but around the world. We're going to talk about, the serious cases like Jim Jones, David Koresh, the Heaven's Gate. We're going to talk about in Uganda, the curious case of, this woman called Credonia Murende. We're going to talk about, here in Kenya, the case of Shakahola. So we have a very wonderful, dish prepared for you guys, for you, my viewers. If you love yourself this week, don't miss out. If you love yourself, this week we'll be talking about, the things that are rarely talked about, because everybody is afraid to talk about cults. Who wants to talk about cults? Everybody is afraid to talk about cults. But, because there's a very fine line between a genuine man of God and a cult leader. There's a very fine line, and most people, and in most cases, most people don't know the difference until something terrible happens. So today we'll start the series, the cults that have ruined, the cults, the silent enemy. So we're going to talk about them, and we'll talk about, the story of David Koresh, from Waco in Texas. How he claimed, he was self-proclaimed. He said that he was the Messiah. He said that, he was sleeping and an angel came and touched him. And so he started, behaving in a manner to suggest that he indeed was in contact with an angel. And you see, they say that 400 lies, constitute one truth. All right. So this man from Texas, in Waco, Texas, started lying to people. He started telling them to sell everything, to sell their property, and to follow him. That is one of the characteristics of a cult leader. They tell you, like the way Jesus told the young man, go and sell everything, give to the poor, and follow me. That is the same modus operandi that this man was doing. He went and lied to people. Go and sell your land and follow me. And so that's what people did. They went in Texas, in Waco, Texas. This man called David Koresh. He told people, you don't need this, you don't need that. You just follow me and I will show you the way to heaven. This week we're going to talk about cases such as David Koresh, Heaven's Gate. We're going to talk about a woman called Credonia Murende from Uganda. We're going to talk about Shakahola here in Kenya. We're going to talk about all these cults where people use the word of God for their own selfish needs. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe. This week, this topic is going to be fire. This topic is going to be fire. So if you love yourself this week, join us. This week, we're going to put them on notice, and we'll pour oil on them and set them ablaze. This week, we are not going to spare anybody. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? So, ladies and gentlemen, I will start with, it's called the audacious lie. The audacious lie. And I will start here in Kinshasa. The audacious lie. One of the characteristics of these cult leaders, they usually have an audacious lie, a fearless lie. That is one of the characters. One of the things that you look for is the audacious lie. Where is the catch? That is the question. Like, I will give you a very good example. There's a man who is called Prophet Konde in Kinshasa. This man, let me tell you the story. This man, he's taking advantage of people with HIV and AIDS. taking advantage of sick people. He tells them, you know what, I was sleeping, and an angel came and taught me how to make this wonder drug, and I can cure HIV and AIDS. Are we together? And that is exactly what happened in Kinshasa. You go and do your research. You see the problem with most people, they don't do their research. They're here telling me, oh, you shut up. Listen, you go and do your research. So this man, they went, he came up with a very audacious lie. He told them, hey, I can heal HIV and AIDS, and people are paying $20 for one cup. How audacious is that? So these people are usually very audacious, because they know there's no regulator. Any questions up to there? Oh, it was God who told me. Now, how can you argue with that? How can you argue with that? And if you don't like what we are talking about here, kindly, don't come, because to this week it's going to be on fire. All right. So if you feel that we are really stinging you, don't come here. Any questions up to there? We are still reading the scripture. I'm very happy to be here. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. In that day, their burden will be lifted from their shoulders, and the yoke from your neck. The yoke will be broken because you have grown fat. They entered Alath, they passed through Migron, they store supplies at Michmash. They go over the pass and say, we will camp overnight at Gibeah. Ramah trembles, Gibeah of Saul flees. Cry out, daughter Kalimi. Listen, Laisha, poor Anatoth. Madmina is in flight. The people of Gebim took over. Any questions up to there? That is number one, the audacious lie. We are still talking about cults and cult leaders. Number two, another characteristic. They usually very warm. Do you understand? You are a total stranger. They warm up to you like they want to create an impression that they are truly loving and truly caring. They really care about you. But ladies and gentlemen, and I want to be very honest, if you come here, for example, and all of a sudden I want to be very kind to you, I'm very nice, I am smiling all the time, as a normal as a normal person, you will start wondering, what is my agenda, right? You're always following me. You want to know how I am doing. How are you? How are you doing? How is the going? I really love you. I care about you. Listen, that, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to tell you for free, and I'm not saying this, you can go and report what I said. You cannot be so nice to a total stranger. Let me tell you something. For example, even if I go to any church or any basilica or any place, as long as somebody is not in your family, that person is a total stranger, full stop. There's no, oh, I don't know this man. No. That person is a total stranger. Whether you have gone to their church for 10 years, you have gone to their church for 20 years, whether they love you, whether they care about you, the fact remains that they are total strangers. You are just acquaintances. All right? As long as, for example, you're watching this channel, also you have to understand that I'm also a total stranger to you. You have to take things, you have to look at people from that perspective. You cannot just go to a total stranger and start opening up. No. No, it's because I'm telling them the truth. I'm telling them that, and I'm not spread. It's okay. It's okay. I'll tell them the truth. As long as, you cannot say that, you cannot question. Some of these things we have to question, everybody. But as long as, even if you're spreading hatred, it's okay. I have no problem. I'll just tell you the truth the way it is, unfiltered. And that is why some of these guys are not happy with me, because I just sting them, the way it is. I tell them the truth the way it is. Okay? For example, if you do your research, all these stories of rape, oh, I can help you to get a husband, but I must first sleep with you. A lady once opened up to me and told me that this person is a terrible man. I will not tell you who, but he said that, and that lady was not married. I'm telling you guys the truth. That lady was not married. So this man of God, not anyone I know, this man of God, she did not tell me, all right, said, that man is a crook, because he wanted to sleep with that lady so that he can break the curse of not getting married. Is that in the Bible? That is, you're trying to corrupt the scripture. All right? All right? You're trying to corrupt the scripture. You want to sleep with women using the Bible. Why should people not tell you that you are a corrupt shepherd eating the sheep? Let's be honest. Let us be honest, because this is not something to play with. For example, I cannot call myself a pastor, yet I am a predator when it comes to women. I am a predator when it comes to women. Yet I claim that I am a man of God. You see? Do you understand? That is exactly, that is what people don't want to talk about. And when you're here to this channel, we tell the truth the way it is. No breaks. We tell you the truth the way it is. Nothing, no sugar, coating. We tell you the truth the way it is. 100%. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that is who I am. I don't spare. I'm not here to spare anybody. I'm here to tell you the truth the way it is. The way it is. How many cases of sodomy do you hear in the church? So many. But it's so convenient that we should not talk about it, because, hey, that's a bad topic. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. All right? Yes, it's a bad topic. No, we're going to talk about it. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I know some people are very angry with me, but today I said this week you guys are going to explode. If you're in this channel, you're going to explode, because this week I'm not going to spare you. This week we are not going to. And one of the things, let me tell you a story of a man in South Africa. I'm going to tell you even his name. A man in South Africa. And that man was a man of God. And he started claiming that, you're not married. If you're not married, you go and meet him. So for you to get married, you must first sleep with him so that you can get married. What kind of nonsense is that? Is that even spiritual? Is that even biblical? Is that even holy? Is that holy? Is that holy? I cannot say that I'm preaching the gospel to you, but I want to break that curse of you not getting married. So we must jump to bed. What kind of? And the funny thing is, because some sisters And I'm telling you the truth for free. Because some sisters are desperate and they want to get married. They say, oh, so if I sleep with this man of God will bless me. Listen, there's no blessing that is transmitted sexually. I've been reading this Bible. I don't know whether this Bible is the one that you are reading. There is no blessing that is transmitted sexually. There is no blessing that is transmitted sexually. And I'm telling you for free. And even if I have a daughter, I will tell her for free. And all those ladies who are subscribed into this channel, I will tell you for free. You can go and report to me at the police station. There is no blessing that is transmitted sexually. There is no blessing. There is no blessing. And if there is any man who's telling you, for you to be promoted, you must sleep with them, you need to go and report. Even if he's your boss, that is sexual harassment. It's illegal. Yes, I know that is what you don't want me to talk about, but this week we're going to blow you guys. We're going to blow you guys. Let me tell you, there is no way, ladies and gentlemen, that as a man of God, if you're a man of God, then teach the word of God and shut up and go home and sleep. But if you're a man of God, and in fact you should be arrested, if you're a man of God, then your license should be deregistered. If you're a man of God and you are hunting young ladies, you want to, as long as a lady is not married, you want to have sex with her. That's a serious case. Yes, that's a serious case, and you should be deregistered, and your church should be closed. Just one case of sexual harassment. Yes. And that is the Kenya we want to go. That is the Kenya we want. That is the Kenya we want. Yes, we should take things a notch higher. Any questions up to there? Because now you cannot say a lady is being sexually harassed when she goes to work. She's sexually harassed when she's going to church. She's sexually harassed on the road. She's sexually harassed in the supermarket. What do you want? What do you want? Should we not tell you the truth? And that is exactly why I want to tell you guys the truth. You can stop subscribing to this channel if you don't like the truth. But as long as you're here for the truth, I'm going to give it to you for free. There's no way, ladies and gentlemen. And I even want to tell some of these ladies here. If you are sexually harassed, make it a case and pin that guy. And that is the reality. You cannot be fooling us that you are a man of God, yet on the other side, you are harassing people sexually. Are we together? So let's take things very, very seriously. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. Any questions up to there? Any questions? Feel free to be part of this program. Because let me tell you, the Bible says, if we say we don't have any sins, we are deceiving ourselves and the truth is not in us. If we say we have no sins, we are deceiving ourselves and the truth is not in us. All right? Go and listen to what Pastor Lai said about how he nearly died. Go and listen to what Pastor Lai said this week about how he's being harassed. Let's tell each other, ladies and gentlemen, the truth. All right? And if you're not interested in the truth, then you're far from redemption. Any questions up there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. For example, you see, and I always tell you people in other countries other than Africa, sexual harassment is a serious case, whether in work, whether in the church, any place. It's a serious case. But here in Kenya, say, oh, I want to give you a promotion. You have to come and meet me in a hotel. Then why are these people going to school? So that they can get promoted sexually? Then why are we taking ladies to school? That's a question that we need to ask ourselves. Why are we taking these ladies to school if, for example, if they qualify for them to be promoted, somebody else must first sleep with that lady? Then why are you taking her to school? Why are you taking her to school? Then they should all remain at home, right? Yes, they should all remain at home, and they should all just be cooking, and but let me tell you, we need to change our country. Any questions up there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. Any questions? Any questions up there? Feel free to be part and parcel of our streams. And here we are here to dispense the truth without fear or favor. Here we are going to give it to you. We are going to give it to you without fear or favor. Any questions? And I'm not asking anybody for money. So I'm here, I'm going to give it to you maximally. I'm going to give it to you. You wanted me to give it to you? I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you, baby. I'm going to give it to you. You wanted me to give it to you? I'm going to give it to you, baby. Yeah. And here we are telling you people, if you are a man of God and you are harassing women sexually, your church needs to be closed. You wanted me to give it to you? I'm gonna give it to you, baby. Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And I am your host, El Matador. And if you're a boss and you're harassing women, you want them, for them to be promoted, they must first sleep with you, you need to be sacked, even if you are in a government parastatal. Yes, you wanted me to give it to you? You wanted me to give it to you? I'm gonna give it to you, baby. Let's continue moving. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, that is how we are going to change our country. That is how we're going to change our country. By drawing the sword. All right? Any questions up to there? Cry out, daughter Galini. Listen, Laisha, poor Anathoth. Madmena is in flight. The people of Gebim take cover. I was watching news. I'm telling you, Kenya, we need to change. I was listening to this man complaining, saying that he has not been paid the entire year. The Senator of Nyandarua, he has not been paid. And why is that happening? Because he's telling the truth. You're a senator and they have decided to punish you economically. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. This day we will halt at Nob. They will shake their fist at the mount of daughter Zion, at the hill of Jerusalem. See, the Lord Almighty will lop off the boughs of great power. The lofty trees will be felled, the tall ones will be brought low. He will cut down the forest thickets with an axe. Lebanon will fall before the mighty one. Any questions up there? Feel free to be part and parcel of our streams. And the only way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to change our country is if we become, passionate about the truth, to deny ourselves that comfort. All right. Any questions up to there? You see, the problem with Kenya, we have normalized bad things. Something terrible is happening in our country. People get promoted not on other grounds, but not meritocracy. I saw this senator of Nyandarua, or is it Nyandarua, Methu, complaining. They have withheld his money because he's against, the ruling party. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. You cannot harass people. You cannot oppress people just because they don't agree with you. No. If you are an elected leader, that is why we need to even sponsor, independence. Yes, because I realized that some of these parties that people join, some of these parties, you have to toe the line. And if you don't toe the line, even if it's a very bad policy, they will force you to toe the line. So it means your opinion as an elected representative doesn't even matter. And how are we going to have independence? In fact, when they took that petition of Rigathi Gachagua to the Court of Appeal, the first question that they were asking was independence of the judiciary. That was question number one. Independence of the judiciary. That is the first thing. And if judiciary is not independent, where there is a person feels that a decision a judge makes has to be first vetted by the executive, then it means that the judiciary itself is not independent. Are we together? So if you have a judiciary that is not independent, then what do you have as a country? The same thing. If you have the legislature that is not independent, there is still outside interference, then it means that there's nothing that you guys are doing. There's one man running the judiciary, the same man running the legislature. And if you try to snatch some power from that person, it is a problem. We need independence because we are far from independence. We are, as a country, 60 years since we gained our independence. 60 years. Yet we are far from independence. We are 60 years since independence, but do we feel that we have independence? Yes, you're saying you call yourself a country we claim that we are an autonomous republic, but do we have independence? Do we have independence? Do we have independence? All these institutions, you claim that they are independent institutions. Do you know even the meaning of the word independence? If you are a leader and you want to, in fact, you are the man of the house, you also want to go to the kitchen to see how they put salt into the githeri. What's wrong with you, man? How do you want to tell people how to run their issues? We need a radical, you see, that is the problem. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and unless as a country. And that is why The Catholic bishops, they got 5 million. Do you remember that story? The bishops were given 5 million. They said, no, we don't want money. Because for one reason, the executive also wanted to go and start tampering. You cannot tamper with everything. The judiciary needs to be independent. The police need to be independent. The electoral commission needs to be independent. All these institutions need to be independent and to be left alone. But if you are a leader and you want to see, you say, announce these results. You tell people, okay, you have not even gone for an election. You tell people, I want to win this election with 9 million votes. Where you get the 9 million votes, I don't want to know. How can you say that you're going to win with 9 million votes, yet people have not even gone for the election? Say, I'm going to win. I want you, the independent, I want you to claim. I want the results to be fixed. I want to win with 9.5 million votes. Yet, guys have not even registered for votes. How? How? And then you tell them, you start threatening them. If I don't get 9.5 million votes, all of you will be sacked. How are we having independent institutions? How can you do an exam and then you go and tell the teacher, I want you to put, and you have gotten everything wrong, but you go and tell the teacher, I want you to mark everything and write here, I've received 97%. Write an A here. You are the one who did the exam, right? So when you do an exam, you present your papers to the teacher, and then the teacher will mark. Oh, this one you got wrong. This one correct. But here, you are doing an exam. You are taking it to the teacher. You are supervising the teacher how he will mark the exams for you. You tell the teacher, the teacher has not even started marking your exams. You tell the teacher, listen, I'm going to sack you. I want you to write in this page that I have 97%. You have the one who's the student, but the student is telling the teacher, I want you to give me 97% marks. And if you don't give me 97%, I will sack you. You're going to lose your job. How can you be everything? I don't know whether I am, it's like you're trying to spoil the game, all right? It's like you want to organize a football match, and then you go and tell the referee, okay, referee, I want you to give us 2 penalties for free. If you don't do that, we're going to sack you. And then you go to the other goalkeeper of the opposite team. You tell the goalkeeper, I want you to sleep while other guys are playing. I want you to make stupid games and make an own goal. How is that fair? Is that free and fair? Do you call that free and fair? Do you call that free and fair? Is that free and fair? Is that free and fair? That is why the only thing people cannot bribe themselves is heaven. That is why Jesus said, it is easy for a camel to go through an eye of a needle. Yes, I remember you, Mr. Yes, I remember you. You see, but if people were to be given an opportunity, they would tell God, okay, tomorrow, that is why I'm telling you guys, we need to change our country. Because we need to change our country. All right. Any questions up to that? You cannot You cannot lie everywhere. And I've given a very good example. You are a student. How can you tell the teacher how to mark your exams? How can you tell the teacher? Yeah? The teacher is the one who taught you, said, okay, fine, you tell the teacher. But in reality, you're supposed to get 30%. In reality, you're supposed to get 30%. But now, you go and tell the teacher, look, I am a honorable member of the society. I cannot get 30%. In this paper, you put that in that, you mark it and say that I have received 97%. And that is a lie. Are we together? Are we together? How can you do that? How can you do that? That is exactly what is happening. Any questions up to there? Did you subscribe? If you subscribe, it will be easy. You'll be able to find it. All right? You'll be able to find it. And if you don't find me in this channel, you will find me in my other channel called the Sultans of Swing. Sorry, the Chariots of Fire. Either here or I'm in my other channel. I have two channels. All right? But the best thing to do is to subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll move with me everywhere. Do you understand? Any questions up to there? Feel free to be part and parcel of our stream and tell me where you are watching me from. Any questions? Feel free to be part and parcel of our streams and tell me where you're watching me from. Any questions? You see, that proper assessment of our leaders is important. If a leader is not doing well, you just tell them, hey, you're not doing well. But you see, there's a senator of Nyandarua who went and started, saying that, the president was not doing a good job, and they did not pay his salary for a whole year. He's not been receiving any money. I shoot. Any questions after this, Mr. Danelli Pulido? Did you subscribe to the channel? Kindly subscribe to the channel, and that is how you're going to follow us, every day. We're just about to finish. For now, we're just about to finish. In this Chariots of Fire. Then we'll be going to the other channel known as the Sultans of Swing. Any questions up to there? Any question? But I've just told you, you cannot start. It's like you're telling the eagle. Mr. Eagle, go and listen to the case of the hen. The eagle is an interested party. The eagle is interested in the chicks. Okay, let me not say chicks, but with the chicken. You cannot put the chicken under the mercy of the eagle. Are we together? You cannot place the case of the hen under the mercy of the eagle. The eagle will eat the case. Or you cannot place, under the mercy of the vulture, It's called Danelli Pulido. Okay, good. Did you subscribe? Do you understand? You cannot place people at the mercy. You cannot put those people at the mercy of some of these predators. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And until there is independence of some of our institutions, then we are not truly independent. We're still colonized. The colonizers never went anywhere. All right? Any questions up to there? Feel free to be here. If we're done here, we'll be moving to the other channel, and I hope that we're gonna have such a wonderful time. Any questions up to there? Any questions? Any questions up to there? Any questions? Any questions? You can ask me your questions as we move on. And yeah. Yes, hello. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Did you subscribe to this channel? Mr. Danelli Pulido? Did you subscribe? Kindly subscribe to my channel and tell me where you're watching me from. All right. So I said that this week we're going to have a wonderful discussion about cults, and so many things that are, something that is eating the church organization from inside, not from outside. Sometimes I came to realize that, we really try to blame the devil for everything, but sometimes kindly subscribe. I need subscribers. We need to grow this channel. I'll subscribe to your channel too. Let me subscribe. You subscribe, I subscribe. All right. So I was telling you guys that sometimes the enemy is within. All right. Sometimes the enemy is within. And sometimes you don't even know what is exactly happening. Did you subscribe? You didn't subscribe, my good friend. No, you didn't. I did not see you subscribing, but it's okay. Maybe you're gonna subscribe later. No, you did not subscribe because the numbers. No, you didn't. Did you subscribe? No, you did not. Any questions? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And after this, we'll be going to the other channel, that is the Chariots of Fire. And I hope that in that process, we'll be able to learn, be able to. I did subscribe to your channel, so kindly subscribe to this. Any questions up there? If you're new to this channel, be part of our streams and tell me where you're watching me from. Let's continue. Let us continue. A shoot will come out from the camp of Jesse. From his roots a branch will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and of understanding, the Spirit of counsel and of might, the Spirit of knowledge and fear of the Lord. And he will delight in the fear of the Lord. He will not judge by what he sees with his eyes, or decide by what he hears with his ears, but with righteousness he will judge the needy. With justice he will give decisions for the poor of the earth. Any questions up to there? And I'm very happy to be here. Feel free to subscribe and comment. So after this, as I said, for those who are following this channel, after this we'll be moving to my other channel that is called the Chariots of Fire. That's from 5. It's gonna be great, and we've been here, talking about the real issues, the issues that are real. I always try to tell people I just want to be real. I want to be real and tell people the truth. The truth the way it is, without fear or favor. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions up to there? Let us continue. But with righteousness he will judge the needy, with justice he will give decisions for the poor of the earth. He will strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, with the breath of his lips he will slay the wicked. Righteousness will be his belt, and faithfulness the sash around his waist. The wolf will live with the lamb, and the leopard will lie down with the goat. Aha! And the calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them. Any questions up there? Any questions? Are you guys tired? We're just beginning. We're just getting started. I said, if you wanted it, I'm gonna give it to you, baby. You wanted it, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. You wanted it, I'm gonna give it to you, baby. So let's continue moving. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? The cow will feed with the bear, and the young will lie down together, and the lion will eat straw like the ox. The infant will play near the cobra's den, and the young child will put its hand into the viper's nest. Ooh. They will neither harm or destroy on all my holy mountain, for the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the Lord, and the waters cover the sea. Any questions up to there? Any questions? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? Any questions? You can ask me your questions as we continue. Any questions? Oof. Wow. You can ask me your questions as we wait for the hour to. Any questions? After this, it's already 5. So after this, maybe I don't know whether I'll go for another hour. I'm really beginning to get tired, but I don't know. Maybe we can, maybe we cannot. But any questions as we continue? Ooh. Any questions? You can ask me your questions as we wait for the hour to end. Any questions? Any questions? After this, as I said, we'll move to the other channel that is called I don't know whether I feel like I want to go. I don't feel like I'm getting tired. I feel I'm tired. You know, I think I've been here for 2 hours now. And I want to go and rest. You can see King Charles is visiting the he's visiting the White House, with his wife. Very interesting. You see, I think the story was there was a shooter who tried to kill Trump. So now the story has changed now to King Charles. Oh man, they wanted the story to last. I'm not saying that somebody loves attention, but somebody really loves attention. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I'm just saying, these suicide attempts, there are way too many, man. There are way too many. There are way too many. There are way too many. In fact, right now, I think somebody was asking me during the day, honestly, do you think that was seriously, that was a threat? I said, these threats are becoming way too many. So, oh, they were trying to kill Trump over the weekend. No. In fact, this one I doubted, and I'm not telling you that, telling you, no, this guy. No, that one I doubted. There are way too many. How can you be under threat every day? No, 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 no. In fact, and I'm not saying that I'm lying to anybody, but surely, you know, until you see, okay, that one of 2024, because everybody was the assassination attempt in Butler in Pennsylvania. Until now, people are doubting that because it looks like they pulled a quick one on us, but you know, I'm not saying that you just got away with it, because as a politician, it's understood. You should try your level best. You should pull a few stunts for you to get votes, but right now that suicide attempt in over the weekend, that was just one too many. Oh no, 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 no. I didn't believe that one. And this guy was just arrested because they looked for a guy who wanted instant success, instant fame. But that one of that is one too many, one too many, one too many. Any questions up to there? Any questions? I don't believe it. I don't. That one of over the weekend in that Washington hotel. If you ask me, I'll tell you for free. No, no, no. That one you pulled it. That was a magic trick. You pulled it from one of your many bags of tricks. It looks so, how can you see, there's something not adding up. If a president, let me tell you, if a president, I remember when Obama came to Kenya in the year 20, when did he come to Kenya? I think 20, he came to UNEP. All the roads around that place, every road was cleared. Every road was cleared. If the president of America is supposed to go somewhere, there are of course the secret agents who go through everything. That is the reason why I'm doubting the story. They go through even the garbage. They go through everything. They sweep the area clean. Now, here is the story where somebody apparently smuggled weapons into the hotel beforehand. No, there's something not adding up. And then, even if you use your brain, can you show up with a gun somewhere in a room, and those guys fail to shoot you, and they arrest you safely? And oh man, that was a nobody believes that. And then now that they want to make it look real. That is the funniest part, because now they want to say it was real. So a teacher, I saw that story, a teacher posted a video of what was happening there, and she got fired because of doing that. Because that teacher was supposed to was going to expose them, so she got fired because the videos that she had might have some clues. They wanted to be very, very economical with the information, so that they do what? They can continue lying to people. But this teacher was there taking videos. So she posted the videos on TikTok, and she got fired immediately. And her phone was what? Was confiscated. what are they trying to hide? Because if somebody is very busy trying to hide something, or you're very economical with the truth, then there's something you're trying to hide. All right? Yeah. And why did you have to fire somebody because of showing a video of what truly happened? Why are you so angry? Because they are about to call you out. Yeah. Why are you so angry when, because the truth, they would put everything into perspective. They'll put everything into perspective. They will crack the case on their own. Like yesterday, they were saying, or where we went, somebody, in the place, somebody, a phone was lost. I said, you know what? There was somebody who was taking photos. Right? Yeah. Every service is somebody taking photos. Do this. That's a very, very simple case to crack. Okay? Where was that lady seated? We go through the photos. Yeah? Because there must be some evidence of the people who are around that lady. Present those photos. Yes. Very simple. Don't start, if you're in an environment, in a church environment, and something gets lost, the person who's supposed to announce it, there's so much evidence. There's somebody who's taking photos. Present that evidence that this person was seated here, her handbag was lost, was seated next to this person and this person. And the police will do their investigations in silence. Sindio? So, any questions up to there? I'm very happy to be here. We finished our 1 hour, and I'm so happy. Next time, we'll go to my other channel. I don't know whether I'll come back, but I feel I'm so tired, so we can do this tomorrow. Good night. Arrivederci.